Transmission rebuilds cost $2,000 to $5,000, and a huge number of people paying that money didn't actually need one. I've fixed countless failing transmissions in under an hour for less than $100. Before you spend thousands, check these 8 things first because a slipping transmission is usually a symptom, not the actual problem. Tip 1. Check your fluid level correctly. Most people mess up before they even start diagnosing because they check their transmission fluid wrong, get a bad reading, and assume the worst. Transmission fluid works differently than engine oil since it needs checking while the engine runs and the transmission has warmed up. Pull that dipstick with a cold engine and the reading tells you nothing useful. The proper method starts with driving your vehicle for about 15 minutes until everything reaches operating temperature, then parking on a level surface with the engine still running. Shift through all the gears and pause for a few seconds in each one before putting it back in park. Now pull the dipstick, wipe it clean, reinsert it fully, and pull it again, because that's your actual fluid level. Low transmission fluid tops the list of slipping causes that get misdiagnosed as internal damage, and here's why that matters so much. When fluid runs low, the pump can't create enough pressure to fully engage the clutch packs, which means the transmission slips and you feel that shudder or delayed shift, and suddenly someone's quoting you $3,000 for a rebuild. This exact scenario plays out constantly in my shop. A customer comes in convinced they need a new transmission. We check the fluid properly, find it's 1.5 quart low, top it off, and the problem disappears completely. $30 in fluid versus thousands for unnecessary work, and that's why this check always comes first. Tip 2. Fluid condition tells the real story. Once you've checked the level correctly, look at what's actually on that dipstick because fluid condition reveals more about your transmission's health than almost any other single indicator. Healthy transmission fluid runs bright red or light pink with a slightly sweet smell, and that's what you want to see. Dark brown fluid means oxidation and breakdown have set in, and the fluid has lost its ability to lubricate and protect properly. A burnt smell like toast left in too long means friction material is breaking down inside. Tiny metallic flakes or particles showing up when you wipe the dipstick on a white paper towel indicate internal wear happening right now. And here's the part most people miss entirely. Dark or burnt fluid doesn't automatically mean rebuild time, since it often just means the fluid sat unchanged long enough to degrade past the point where it can do its job. A proper fluid and filter service, sometimes called a drain and fill, can restore shift quality in transmissions that seemed like they were dying. Catching degraded fluid before actual damage occurs makes all the difference. Bad fluid causes the slipping, and the slipping eventually causes the damage. Change that fluid when it's dark, but before metal particles show up, and you can often save the transmission entirely. $150 to $400 for a fluid service depending on your vehicle, which creates a massive gap compared to a rebuild. And I've personally watched this bring transmissions back from what seemed like certain failure. Tip 3. The forgotten transmission filter. Quick lube places almost never mention this, but your transmission has a filter, and if it's clogged, slipping happens no matter how fresh your fluid is. This filter sits inside the transmission pan, catching all the debris and friction material that naturally accumulates over time, and when it gets restricted, fluid flow drops, pressure drops, and suddenly you've got slipping and harsh shifts. Manufacturers recommend changing this filter every 30 to 60,000 miles, but 90% of drivers have never had it done based on what I've seen. They get their fluid topped off or maybe a flush, but that filter stays in there collecting more and more debris until it's essentially choking the transmission. A clogged filter creates symptoms almost identical to internal transmission failure, including slipping under acceleration, delayed engagement when shifting from park to drive, and sometimes a noticeable shudder. Any mechanic who doesn't dig deeper might look at these symptoms and recommend a rebuild immediately. Replacing the filter requires dropping the transmission pan, which also lets you inspect for any unusual debris that might indicate actual internal problems. You'll see the filter, see what's collected in the pan, and get real information about your transmission's condition. $150 to $250 typically covers this service depending on your vehicle, and it solves the slipping problem more often than most people realize, making it worth doing before spending thousands on major repairs. Tip 4. Electrical gremlins that mimic transmission failure. Modern automatic transmissions run on computers, and those computers rely on electrical signals to make everything work correctly. Disrupted signals make your transmission act like it's failing internally, even though the mechanical components work perfectly fine, and this is where thousands of dollars get wasted on unnecessary rebuilds. Shift solenoids cause the most common electrical problems. These electromagnetic valves control fluid flow to engage different gears, and when a solenoid fails or gets stuck, slipping happens along with harsh shifts or the transmission getting stuck in one gear. Sounds catastrophic, but replacing a single solenoid often costs between $150 and $400, though some vehicles require replacing the entire solenoid pack, which runs higher. Another frequent offender is the transmission range sensor, sometimes called the neutral safety switch, which tells the computer what gear you've selected. When it fails or becomes misadjusted, the computer gets confused about what gear you're actually in versus what gear you're requesting, and the result is delayed shifts, slipping, or the transmission refusing to engage properly. Before spending big money, have the vehicle scanned for transmission codes, and not just engine codes but specifically transmission codes. Many auto parts stores do this free, and if a solenoid code or sensor code comes up, you've likely found your problem at a fraction of rebuild cost. Vehicles I've seen scheduled for $3,000 rebuilds have needed nothing more than a $90 solenoid. 5 minutes for the scan can save you thousands. If you're finding this helpful, take a second to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next video. We break down money-saving tips like this every week, and the next 4 tips coming up might save you even more than the first 4. Tip 5. Your throttle position sensor might be the culprit. This one surprises most people because it seems completely unrelated to the transmission. Your throttle position sensor tells the engine computer how far you've pressed the gas pedal, but that same information goes to the transmission computer for determining shift points and pressure, which means bad readings from this sensor create erratic shifting and serious slipping. A failing throttle position sensor creates a mismatch between what the transmission expects and what the engine is actually doing. Press the gas expecting acceleration, and the transmission prepares for light throttle cruising because it's getting wrong information, resulting in slipping, flaring between gears, or harsh engagement that feels exactly like internal transmission damage. Inconsistent shift points show up where sometimes the transmission shifts early and sometimes late. The engine might rev higher than normal before shifts occur, or you notice a hesitation that feels like the transmission is slipping. These symptoms come and go based on the sensor's intermittent failures, which makes diagnosis tricky. Testing takes about 30 minutes with a basic multimeter, and many mechanics can diagnose this quickly. 40 to 150 typically covers the sensor itself, and installation stays accessible on most vehicles. 3 vehicles in the past year alone came through my shop where transmission slipping got blamed on worn clutches but turned out to be this $50 sensor, which explains why checking it first makes sense before a transmission rebuild. Tip 6. The transmission control module reset. Most drivers have never heard of this one. Your transmission learns your driving style and adapts its shift points and pressure over time through something called adaptive learning, designed to make shifts smoother based on how you drive. The problem is that sometimes this learning goes wrong and the transmission starts making bad decisions based on corrupted adaptive data. This happens more often than you'd think. Maybe the previous owner drove aggressively, or the battery got disconnected during a repair, or the transmission just accumulated bad data over many miles. Shifts end up feeling sloppy, delayed, or slipping during normal driving, even though the transmission is mechanically fine but electronically confused. On certain vehicles, the fix can be surprisingly simple. A transmission control module reset clears all that learned data and forces the system to start fresh. Some vehicles allow this by disconnecting the battery for 30 minutes while others require a scan tool to perform the reset properly. But either way, the transmission then relearns from scratch based on how you're currently driving. After a reset, drive normally for about 50 to 100 miles and expect the transmission to feel a bit clunky at first as it relearns before progressively smoothing out. Customers have brought in vehicles with slipping complaints that improved after resetting the adaptive values, though results vary depending on your specific vehicle and the underlying cause. Nothing out of pocket if you do it yourself, or maybe $50 at a shop for a scan tool reset, making it worth trying before authorizing expensive repairs. Tip 7. Inspect the often ignored transmission mounts. Transmission mounts are rubber and metal brackets holding your transmission in position while absorbing vibration, and when they wear out or break, the transmission can shift position during acceleration and deceleration. This movement pulls on shift linkages, strains electrical connections, and creates symptoms that feel exactly like internal slipping. Worn mounts let the transmission drop or twist when you apply throttle, causing delayed engagement, harsh shifts, or a clunking feeling that many people mistake for gears slipping. The actual internal components work correctly, but the physical movement disrupts normal operation. Checking mounts stays straightforward with the right approach. Have someone hold the brakes firmly and shift between drive and reverse while you watch the engine and transmission from outside the vehicle with the hood open. Excessive movement of more than an inch in any direction indicates worn mounts, and you can also look for cracked or collapsed rubber or metal that's separated from the rubber components. Mount replacement varies by vehicle but typically runs between $200 and $500 for parts and labor. Compared to a transmission rebuild, this inspection matters because the symptoms of bad mounts can look dramatic enough that I've seen vehicles misdiagnosed with major transmission problems when the actual fix turned out to be 2 rubber mounts and an hour of nouse labor. Always include mount inspection in your diagnostic process. Tip 8. The torque converter lockup issue. The torque converter acts as a fluid coupling between your engine and transmission with a lockup clutch that engages at highway speeds for efficiency. When this lockup mechanism fails or the solenoid controlling it malfunctions, symptoms appear that feel like transmission slipping even though the transmission itself works fine. Failing torque converter lockup typically causes shuddering or vibration at steady highway speeds along with a slipping sensation during light acceleration, and sometimes a noticeable RPM flare that feels like the transmission isn't engaging properly. These symptoms often run worse when the transmission is cold and may improve after warming up. And here's the distinction that matters. Torque converter problems can often get fixed without a full transmission rebuild since the converter can be replaced separately, or in some cases the lockup solenoid can be replaced for a fraction of the cost. Proper diagnosis before authorizing major work makes all the difference. $600 to $1,500 typically covers a torque converter replacement depending on the vehicle. Not cheap, but a lot less than a full rebuild. When the problem is actually just the lockup solenoid, you might be looking at $200 to $300 total. Rebuilds I've seen authorized for torque converter issues could have been solved by replacing a single solenoid, which is why getting a specific diagnosis matters, rather than just a general recommendation for a rebuild. Before signing off on that expensive transmission rebuild, work through this list, check your fluid level properly, and inspect the fluid condition. Consider the filter and scan for electrical codes, especially solenoid and sensor issues. Test that throttle position sensor and try a control module reset. Look at your mounts and understand the difference between torque converter problems and actual internal failure. Most of these checks cost nothing, and the fixes range from $30 to a few hundred, creating a massive savings compared to a rebuild you might not even need. If this video saved you from an unnecessary repair or taught you something new, hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. Drop a comment below and let me know which tips surprised you the most or share your own transmission horror story. And if you know someone dealing with transmission problems right now, send them this video because it might save them thousands. Disclaimer: one last thing before you go. This video is for educational and informational purposes only. Every vehicle is different, and transmission issues can vary widely depending on make, model, year, and driving conditions. The tips shared here are general guidelines based on common issues, but they don't replace professional diagnosis from a qualified mechanic. If you're not comfortable performing any of these checks yourself, take your vehicle to a trusted professional. Always prioritize safety, and remember that working on vehicles carries inherent risks. We're not responsible for any damage, injury, or repair outcomes that result from attempting these procedures. When in doubt, get a second opinion from a certified transmission specialist before authorizing any major repairs.